Welcome back to History of Afghanistan. In our last episode, we explored how and why Alexander the Great entered Afghanistan, chasing the defeated Persian King Darius and trying to secure a gateway to India. But one man would stand in his way. A man who betrayed his own king, declared himself ruler, and sparked a rebellion in the east. Today, we uncover the story of Bessus, a satrap turned traitor, and how Alexander responded with ruthless justice. After suffering defeat at the hands of Alexander, Persian King Darius III fled eastward, hoping to regroup. But he was betrayed by his own trusted satrap, Bessus, the governor of Bactria. Bessus arrested Darius, claimed the royal title for himself, and declared himself king under the name Artaxerxes V. It wasn't just ambition, it was a political coup. Bessus wanted to rally the eastern provinces, like Bactria and Sogdiana, to resist Alexander under his command. But he underestimated the wrath of the Macedonian king. When Alexander learned that Darius had been betrayed and killed, he was enraged. This wasn't just a military rivalry anymore, it became personal. Alexander saw himself as the rightful avenger of Darius, now portraying his war as a mission to punish treachery and restore royal justice. He crossed the freezing Hindu Kush mountains at lightning speed, leading his exhausted army toward Bactria. The message was clear. The traitor will pay, the East will submit. As Alexander advanced, Bessus panicked. He abandoned Bactria and fled north into Sogdiana, hoping to gather support from local warlords, like Spidomenes. But instead of rallying behind him, Bessus's own allies began to distrust him. He had no real claim, no charisma, and no authority. Eventually, his own men betrayed him, capturing Bessus and handing him over to Alexander, likely in hopes of saving their own lives. Bessus, the would-be king, became a chained prisoner. Alexander made a brutal example of Bessus. First, he had him publicly humiliated. His nose and ears were cut off, a Persian punishment for high treason. Then he was whipped, paraded through the streets, and finally executed by crucifixion, a method reserved for the worst of criminals. It wasn't just revenge. It was a message to all who might consider defying Alexander. This is the price of betrayal. Even with Bessus gone, the rebellion was far from over. Commanders like Spidomenes continued to resist fiercely from the mountains and deserts of the east. But Bessus's death marked a turning point. Alexander's swift and symbolic justice sent shockwaves through the region. He showed that while he could show respect to a fallen enemy like Darius, he had no mercy for traitors, and in Afghanistan, where loyalty was fragile and power was contested at every step, that distinction mattered. Thanks for watching History of Afghanistan. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Next up, Alexander and Roxana, politics, power, and love in ancient Bactria. We'll dive into their royal marriage and ask, was it truly a union of worlds, or just another political move? See you in the next chapter.